don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe. What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Pizza Maker 8000 back with another Toontown video. Now today we're going to be comparing Boardbots versus Pressbots. Now Boardbots are Toontown Corporate Clash's new cog type, and Pressbots are Toontown Tooniversal Studios' new cog type. So I want to go ahead and compare them, kind of like the looks and how they look and everything, but let's go ahead and get straight into it. So we're going to go ahead and start it off. Now the con artist versus the paperboy. Now the con artist looks kind of like a ripoff of a flunky or, you know, anything to that nature. It doesn't really look too different, but I don't know if that was, you know, what they were going for. I don't really exactly understand what the entire Boardbot is supposed to be. I know for the Pressbots, they're kind of like median shit. That's why you see Anchorman, you see Paperboy, you know, Ghost Rider, whatever the hell that shit is. Just stuff like, you know, that's kind of the idea behind it. I don't really understand the idea behind Boardbot, but I'm not going to, you know, take that into account when I do this. But con artist and Paperboy, if you have to look at it, you know, looking at it wise, I like the Paperboy better. That's just me. The Paperboy looks a lot better to me. Between those two, the con artist is cool, has a little mustache shit going, you know, yeah, then we're going to the Connoisseurs, which kind of looks like a telemarketer with a mustache and a fucking whatever the hell that shit is they keep over their eye to read back in the day. And then you got the Shutterbug. Now the Shutterbug, to me, it's kind of a shit design. I don't really like the way the Shutterbug looks. I've only seen it like 2 or 3 times in the game, you know, whether it be on stream. I haven't really seen it for myself, but I've seen it on a stream before. It looks okay. But again, I'd go with the Connoisseurs in this instance just for that. Then we go on to the Swindler. Now, the Swindler kind of looks like a backstabber mixed with another piece of shit cog with a mustache. I mean, all these guys have mustache. I don't know if that's damn near the aim or what they're going for. But then you got the Gumshoe, which the Gumshoe is actually, to me, I'm like, damn, that shit's kind of smooth. I really like how the Gumshoe looks. It's kind of like when you see it as an actual cog, and I wish I could actually break these down like per cog and stuff, but I kind of just have screenshots because I'm not that deep into Tooniversal Studios for me to have, you know, a cutout of how tall the fucking, you know, all these cogs look and, you know, seeing the size difference between them. But I would go with the Gumshoe. The Gumshoe is actually a pretty cool looking cog. You know, it reminds me, like, it kind of looks like a building. It looks like a building with legs, if you ask me. It's kind of a cool idea. Next we're going to go to the Middleman. Now, the Middleman kind of is like I don't know, a fucking Two-Face, like, I really don't know what the fuck. It's kind of, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these cogs are kind of ripoffs of other cogs, and people might like that, but to me, it's a little lazy, man. I don't really like it. If I have to choose between the Middleman and the, how the hell do you say that word? Karakati? The image you guys are seeing right now, the low quality image is the same one that I'm seeing, so I can't really read it all the way. I don't know if that's a Kakati, Karachi, whatever the hell that shit says. I mean, it reminds me of, what is that little dude? It reminds me of Saw. If I had to say, you know, like Saw, you know, the horror movie, the little dude on the bike and shit like that. That's kind of what that reminds me of, you know. Looks like a female version of it. Looks pretty cool. Again, I don't know how to pronounce that shit. I wish I went to college so I would know how to pronounce that word, but I didn't. So, but I'll have to give it to that cog. I think that cog looks actually pretty good. You know, I really like the way it looks. So, yeah, that's going to be my vote for that one. Then we go to Toxic Manager and Ghost Rider. Now, for the Toxic Manager, I actually really like the design of the Toxic Man. A lot of people don't, but I'm like, yo, you know, it's a fat piece of shit. You know, it makes sense. A toxic, if you've ever, you know, worked, most people in the community are you know, no life, so they don't fucking work or anything. But if you've ever had a job and you'll see the Toxic Manager, it makes sense. It's like you have a piece of shit manager. They're always fat, lazy, you know. And that's kind of like what they're going for. Like, hey, you know, you got a piece of shit manager. It's toxic, you know, toxic being like, you know, hey, you know, just being like a dick, just being kind of you know, everybody knows what toxic means, but a toxic boss, and, you know, has the narrative of being a fat person, and it's like toxic waste coming out of its face. So it's a pretty cool idea, pretty, you know, pretty clever behind it. And then we have Ghost Rider, which I've honestly never seen this cog, but just look, if I were to compare the two of the pictures, the Ghost Rider looks kind of poor. I don't know. I don't really like the way it looks kind of cheesy, and it looks like a cheap kind of effect. Like there was, I mean, I don't know, man. It doesn't look, to me, it doesn't look that impressive. I would have to go with the Toxic Manager in that case. Then we go on to the Magnate and the Gaze Setter, Glaze, Jazz Getter. What the fuck is that word? Gaze Etter, Gazetter. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that word is. I'm sorry. It is so low quality, man. And when you're recording on the recording studio I'm using, it's so fucking far away. Like, it's not even zoomed in for me or nothing. So I really does not. Whatever the fuck that thing is below the magnet. If I had to compare the two, I mean that one just looks kind of cheesy. It looked like kind of like a third grader made that. You know what I'm saying? Like the Shutterbug and that kind of look like twins. Basically, one's just slightly, a thinner face, less teeth, but they kind of look kind of like just ripped off the same design as the second cog on the list. So. And the Magnate just kind of looks like a ripped off Legal Eagle. I mean, I really don't know. They're both kind of probably the Magnate because you got the Legal Eagle with red eyes and shit and blacked out. It's a cool looking, cog. I just, I don't know what the fuck that cog is under. I don't know the name of it, but it just looks really, really shitty. I think like, they could have done a better job with that. Then we go on to the Big Fish and the News Hound. Now, I've never seen a News Hound, but based off that image, it has good intentions. Like the idea of a news hound is, it's pretty cool. I would say, but that just looks like such a poor image to me. I don't know, man. It doesn't look that in I don't know, man. Again, it's hard for me to do this because I haven't seen them all in the game, man. Some people might say, "Oh, Pizza Maker." No, the image of it is shit on the sticker book, but hey, in the game, the Ghost Rider looks good, or the fucking News Hound, or whatever, the Shutterbug. It looks a lot better. And if it is, correct me, but just so far from what I'm seeing, it looks like shit, man. I'd have to go with the Big Fish. The Big Fish to me is pretty cool. You got a fat piece of shit with a fucking fish head. And then we go on to the Head Honcho, and we go on to the Anchor. What the fuck? Anchor what? Can? Is that a K? Anchor can? The fuck is an Anchor can? Alright, we got the Anchor can and the Head Honcho. Now, so I've seen the Head Honcho. Of course, the Head Honcho to me, it looks pretty cool. It makes sense. You got the Head Honcho, and I've said this before. I'll be like, yeah, this I'm the Head Honcho of this. This guy's the second in command, and they're like, oh, Head Honcho, you're talking about Corporate Clash, but I'm like, nah, bro. That's that was a saying. Corporate Clash didn't come up with Head Honcho. That's just what people have always said that, like the lead in charge, and just like the Head Honcho. Then you think of somebody like a big ass person. This makes sense. You got a Head Honcho. I like the way it looks, and then the Anchor Man or Anchor Can. I don't know if that's a K, a M, a W. I don't know what the fuck that is, man. But it makes sense. The last cog's the Anchor Man. Somebody on the fucking news, like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah. Spreading the news and stuff. So. It looks pretty good. A for effort. I'll probably have to just go with the Head Honcho again. I was not able to see the cog, firsthand because I haven't got that far into the game. But I want to hear what you guys have to think. So basically, I'm not asking you guys to break it down, saying this better than this better than that. If you were to say, no, I like Pressbots better because X Y Z. I like Boardbots better because X Y Z, and so on and so forth. I got a couple videos coming for you guys. I've been uploading videos that aren't just Toontown. I've been uploading different type of content, and it's getting less views, and I don't give a shit, man. I don't want to just only do Toontown on my channel. I don't want to be just known as Toontown, especially because I'm starting to fall, out of love with the game. I'm starting to get a little bored of playing the game. I think I haven't logged on in like a week. Just, I don't know, man. Just need kind of a break from the game, so I have videos, of course, I still need to upload, so I'll be pumping those out. I'm gonna try to continue to make more videos for you guys, but it's hard. And if people unsubscribe, I think I've lost like 10 subscribers over the past 2 days of uploading because I didn't upload Toontown, and that's entirely 100% fine, bro. I don't care. I'm not gonna upload shit just because other people want to. Of course, I'm making Toontown videos still because other people want to, but I wouldn't mind making Toontown like every 4, 5, 6 days, whatever the case may be, 10 days, and upload other stuff in between it because it's just going to come to the point where I'm just going to be burned out and I would just stop entirely. So I'd rather just me work on other content and Toontown at the same time than if I just went another 3 months of Toontown, then I'm just like, yo, I'm done. I don't want to do anything else. I'm done making fucking Toontown videos. And then I try to I got another video, man, coming. Haven't made it yet, but just talking about the community and the toxicity and shit. But that's for another day, another dollar. Other than that, man, like I said, comment down below. Let me know your guys' opinions. But yeah, that's really all I have left to say, man. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. It's your boy Pizza Maker 8000. I'm out.